Hey, what's up, y'all? And yeah, it's time to do another. My mic keeps muting. Yeah, another preview and prediction video. Today we're doing the Pittsburgh Panthers, and I am yes, stop it. Yes, and I am here with Talk is Pitt. Talk about some Pitt Panther football.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah. So it seems like y'all probably are losing a lot off of last year's team. So
We are. I mean, that depends on how you want to look at it. Injuries are a part of college football. They're always going to be there. There's
right,
basically no way you can avoid them. Um, but last year, since I've been a Pitt fan, I don't think I've ever seen so many injuries on both sides of the ball. So uh, the original starters from the beginning of the season never stayed full time starters. Uh, I think all but one starter missed time, and I mean significant. Vic, we're not talking about one game. We're talking about 4, 5, 6 games.
well,
But we do
yeah,
lose a lot.
yes. Anyway, so I guess we can start by recapping last year. Yeah, yeah. Just let me know because I'm gonna be not looking at the stream yard. So if my mic mutes itself again, just let me know. Okay.
I'll put a thumbs up if your mic mutes itself again.
Well, no, I won't be able to. It's because I'm gonna share the screen. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna put some stuff on the screen for us to look at. So uh, yeah. Anyway, this will start with last year. So you did beat yes the hated West Virginia Mountaineers,
Yes,
38 to
we did.
31,
Yes, we
and
did.
then yep. And then you got Tennessee. Y'all did lose to them in overtime, and then beat Western Michigan. Yeah, I remember that you lost to Western Michigan in 2021. So
It was good to beat them.
yeah, and then y'all beat up on Rhode Island, and then you lost to Georgia Tech. Wow.
That's where a lot of our injury problems happened. Was the week prior at the Rhode Island game and the West Virginia game. Uh, it just did not work out. I mean, Keaton Slovis though. I mean, I don't even want to talk about him no more. But he cost us that game.
Mm. Yeah, and then you beat Virginia. Yeah, Virginia Tech. Yeah, yeah, they were horrible last year.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and then y'all lost on the road at Louisville and North Carolina. Had back-to-back road games. Then y'all bounced back and won your last four games of the season, beating Syracuse, Virginia, Duke, and Miami. And then actually five in a row because you beat UCLA in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. So anyway, yeah. So to finish at 9-4. So anyways, now we can take a look at your players. Yes. So now is it true that Keaton Slovis transferred to BYU?
Yes, he is at BYU.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't really understand what happened to Slovis. I remember that his freshman year, he was at USC. He was
Mhm.
so good though. He had 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. But then he seemed to get worse every year that he's been in college. Of course, last year he was only 58.4%, 2,397 yards, and 10 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So,
I don't think he trusted his arm after he got injured his sophomore season. I don't think he ever trusted himself to deliver the ball like he used to. And I mean, you can tell when he's standing out there that he's nervous, like he's questioning or second guessing everything. But he wasn't that. I mean, I don't want to call him the worst quarterback in Pitt history because I could think of a handful of people who were worse than him. Uh, but the potential for him was so high, and if he would have stayed, it would have been so high this year too. I think he would have improved.
yeah, right. But he chose to go to BYU instead. So it's
Yeah,
like y'all did bring in Phil Jerkovic from Boston College, and then Christian, what's his name, from Penn State.
Vayer.
So yeah,
It's Christian Vayer.
Vayer. Okay.
Yeah, he's French Canadian, so his name's spelled a little bit weird.
Yeah. So which one of them do you think is going to get the start though?
Well, just out of just out of common sense, Phil Jerkovic, because you just can't bring. I mean, well, you can, but it just wouldn't probably look right on your program if you bring in a quarterback who is not only from Pittsburgh, but somebody who should have been in Pittsburgh the whole time, and he doesn't do well. That's not really going to look good on you, which is why I
No.
think Pat Narduzzi went out and got two quarterbacks. Actually, got three. Um, he went out and got three quarterbacks: Phil Jerkovic, Christian Bayer, and then the freshman Ty Diefenbach from Vegas.
Right. Yeah. Right. Which I think is probably gonna be Jerkovic. Yeah, probably so. Because I mean, he has the most experience. So as he was
But if you
starting
ask
at
me,
Boston
I'd pick Christian Bayer.
College.
I
Oh,
would
okay.
I would pick
Why?
Christian Bayer. Well, I went to the spring game, and it just seems like Christian Bayer has more tools, more accuracy. He's smarter than Phil Jerkovic. But the thing is, you can't triumph over experience, and Phil Jerkovic has a lot of it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Even though he wasn't very good last year, but
No.
no, no. So yeah, I hope he doesn't turn out to be another Keaton Slovis. But anyway, so I guess next we can talk about your run game. It's like, yeah, Israel Abanikana did get drafted by the Jets. So
Yes, he did. He's actually already been named their starter.
wow. Yeah, and then he had 239 carries, 1,431 yards, 6 yards a carry, and 20 touchdowns. Longest run was 80 yards.
That was
Yes,
actually
that's
against Tennessee.
yeah. So that's some big shoes to fill there. And
Yep.
then I think that Vincent Davis transferred, right?
Yeah, he transferred to Las Vegas, the Rebels.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah, UNLV. Yeah, looks like y'all did bring back Rodney Hammond, right? Does he come back?
Oh yeah, he's back. He got taken out the first game against West Virginia and ended up missing 7 games due to a concussion and a sprained MCL.
Right.
So he had to miss quite a bit of time to heal. But I think he was well on his way to breaking 1,000 yards as well. I think we would have had two 1,000-yard rushers if he would have never got hurt.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. That's
he's a big
yeah.
back for his size, Vic. He's a big back, 5'9",
It,
205 pounds. Yeah, he's pretty big, and it like he did better in the backyard brawl than Izzy did. Even though Izzy was overall the way better running back, It's just for whatever reason, Rodney Hammond just turned on the motor for West Virginia. He can run, he can catch out of the backfield, which in the Pittsburgh offense, you're going to have to, the running backs are going to have to be able to catch.
Right. Pitching out of the backfield. Yeah. Yeah, Abanikanda had 12 catches, 146 yards, and 1 touchdown. So,
He would have had
yeah.
5, but 4 of them got called back for stupid penalties.
Stupid penalties. Yeah, I hate those. Let's see. Hammond had 109 carries, 459 yards, 4.2 per carry, and 5 touchdowns. Vincent Davis transferred. And what about Sibo Flemister? Is he any good?
Yeah, he's still there. He transferred in from Notre Dame last year, and he's our number 2 running back right now.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
so you remember how shifty Dion Lewis was?
Yeah.
That's who Sibo Flemister reminds me of as far as his shiftiness goes. Um, if Sibo Flemister is one of those running backs that if you try to tackle by yourself, there's a very good chance they may break the tackle. However, the thing that concerns me about him is he doesn't have the same kind of power that Rodney Hammond, has, like that downhill, I'm going to run you over when you're trying to tackle me type of power.
Yep.
He's like Izzy. He's like Izzy Abanikanda. That's the best way I can describe Sibo Flemister.
Yeah, so you needed I'll bring any running backs from the portal or
Yes, we did. Derek Davis from
okay.
LSU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Derek Davis from LSU. We brought him from the portal.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so then if you talk about the wide receivers like Jared Wayne went to the Texans.
Yes. Man, I'm gonna miss him. He was one hell of a receiver who did everything you asked him to do. And also, the good thing about him is he's great at contested catches. Great. He's a big body, 6'3" and a half, 215 pounds. It's just, I don't think our offense would have been anywhere near as good. Not saying it was good, but anywhere near as good as it was if it wasn't for him.
Yes, and now y'all don't have him, so
Yeah. But we do return Kanate Mumfield and Bubba Means.
yep, Bub
Those two do
Means.
come
Yep.
back.
Oh yeah, you got Kanata and Bub Means. Y'all both added them from the portal last year, right? I think
Yeah.
Mumpfield was from Akron and Means was from La Tech, right?
Yep. We
Okay.
also we added a receiver from Florida as well, Dejon Reynolds.
Yep. Yeah, so,
So
it was a Wayne had 60 catches, 1,062 yards, 17.7 yards per carry, and
yep.
per catch and 5 touchdowns. And then Kanata Mumpfield, who returns 58 catches, 551 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then Means 27 catches, 401 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, and then at tight end, looks like y'all bring back Gavin Bartholomew.
Oh yeah, Gavin. He is probably the best tight end we've had since Mike Ditka. Or maybe even Dorian Dickerson.
Yep. Yeah, he
He
was.
did you see any of the Pitt and Tennessee highlights last year?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the player that jumped over the Tennessee player to score a
Uh,
60-yard touchdown.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't get to watch that game in real time because I was actually going to a Georgia game that Saturday. So Yeah, but I did watch, the highlights when I got home, but yeah.
Nice.
Uh, yes, anyway, and, uh, yeah, so you did lose Wayne, but you bring back Mumfield and Means, and who was that transfer you got from Florida?
Yeah, Dejon Reynolds.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
just remembered we got another transfer, not a receiver, but he's a tight end from Southern Cal, Malcolm Epps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Uh,
know if he's listed on there yet because he didn't play in the spring game, but he is on campus right now. He is enrolled.
right, yeah, I think, when I was doing some, research on Pitt, I was looking at their, transfer portal, gains and losses. You had, Jaden Bradley, transferred to, Charlotte, right?
Yeah, yeah. He that probably irritated me the most that he transferred because he had so much potential to be Larry Fitzgerald. He just couldn't put it together. You know what I mean? It's like he would do well 1 second and then completely crap the bed the next.
Yeah, he only had 10 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns, so
I didn't even think
and
he
then
scored any touchdowns.
oh, well, it says it's let me look again. Yeah, that's what it says right here,
Yeah,
2
I'm seeing it.
touchdowns.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess we can, you ready to, move on to, defense now?
Yep, yep.
Yep,
Defense.
defense. Yeah, you lost a lot of, people on defense too. You had, Servakia, Dennis is now with the Buccaneers, and then safety Braden Hill is now with the Texans, and Eric Hallett II is with Jaguars, and then Kalijah Cansey is also in Tampa Bay, and then yeah, my mom, and then Deslin Alexander's with the Jets. Yeah, on the that defensive end, and then Habukuk Baldonado is now a New York Giant. So yeah, I mean, I remember when Baldonado, yeah, he had 9 sacks in 2021, but only 2 last year. So
Yeah, it was the year of the injuries,
oh
man,
yeah,
and
I
it
guess he
sucked.
was hurt a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he wears that arm brace on his arm now. It's because I think he tore something in his arm. Um, so he honestly probably could have done better if he would have stayed uh, at Pitt because he still had another year of eligibility. Um, so I'm disappointed that he didn't stay. But Deslin Alexander, he was never a full time starter. I think he only started maybe 2 or 3 games last year because I
Yeah.
barely ever saw him on the field.
Yes, but he got 5.5 sacks though. So
Oh yeah, he's when he's on the field, he's a good player. But when he gets injured, that's when you start to see our defense take a hit because he was kind of like the anchors of defensive ends. So, he was probably the biggest defensive end we've had in years 6'5", 300 pounds.
yeah,
Or he might have
and then
lost weight since he's been in the NFL.
yeah, and then what about Kalijah Cansey? He was a first round pick.
Yeah, see, that's the one we're going to miss the most. If he's not in the middle, then teams are gashing us for a lot of yardage in the run game. Um, he too also spent significant time on the injury list last year, even before the season ended. I think he got injured maybe 3 or 4 weeks before the end of the season.
Yep.
Um,
And what about Servassier, Dennis?
yeah, so yeah, Servassier Dennis is like he has one of those. He's one of those players with an intelligence level that you don't see in in a lot of players. He knows exactly where everybody's supposed to be lined up, how they're supposed to be lined up, and who and what their assignment is. And even if he's not looking, he knows if you're not doing something, you're not supposed to, or if you're doing something you're not
Yep.
supposed
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. That's why they call the middle linebacker the quarterback of the defense, right?
Yeah. But Shane Simon, who was our outside linebacker last year, is moving to inside, which is his actual position. Shane Simon transferred into us from Notre Dame 2 years ago, and he was our outside linebacker, Shane Simon, but now he's going to be inside this year.
All right. It's moving from outside to inside. Good. Yeah. And then
He
what do you
fits
think
more of the
about?
build. He's more of the build for a middle linebacker because he's big.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what do you think about Brandon Hill and Eric Hallett?
Eric Hallett, if you got a pass over him, you're lucky. If you caught a touchdown pass over him, you are even more lucky. Um, However, he's one of those players that has an eye for the ball. He knows where it's going,
Yep. An
which is
eye for the
why
ball.
he had a lot of interceptions over the past couple of
Yep.
years, along with him, Hamlin, and crap, who I can't remember the other guy's name for Jordan Whitehead. Him, Jordan Whitehead, and a couple other people. They all had multiple interceptions because they're that good. That's honestly my biggest concern right there is safety.
Yeah, it's like he had 3 interceptions and 9 pass deflections. So
Yeah, he was good. He was a good player. Great anchor on the defense. Um, like you said, he's like the second quarterback of the defense.
yeah, and then it looks like let's look at who you do bring back. So you return MJ Devonshire, or
Yeah, yeah,
Devonshire. Yeah.
yeah. He's famous for the pick six at during the backyard brawl, and
Oh yeah.
he got his gloves from that game put into the College Football Hall of Fame shrine.
That touchdown was not JT's fault though, right? The receiver
Oh
dropped it.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
bounced off
receiver,
it, bounced off of him. Yep.
yeah, the receiver 100%. That was 100% the receiver's fault. Um, I mean, do I feel bad? Not really. It's West
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so we need some more bright spots returning. You do have Shane Simon and Devonshire, and then yes, there anyone else worth mentioning or?
So we have if you're not counting defensive ends, we have most of our defensive tackles returning from last year. Because, like I said, the injuries played a significant role in our production last year. So the defensive line will return Devin Danielson and Tyler Bentley along with David Green. They've all been here for about 4 years. And they have multiple, and I mean multiple starts. We're not talking about 2 or 3 big. We're talking about 10 plus. So yeah, David Green, Tyler Bentley, Devin Danielson. Then there's Bengali Kamara. He was our starting outside linebacker last year. He returned.
Yeah, looks like John Morgan transferred to Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish he would have stayed. But he also wasn't a full-time starter either. Deslin Alexander actually was the starter, and John Morgan was the backup.
Yep. Okay, so I guess we can talk about special teams next. So I do bring back your kicker, Ben Sauls. He was 20 of 24. So yes, he's a really good kicker. So
Oh yeah. He kicked a very difficult field goal in the Sun Bowl. The winds were like 50, 60 miles an hour, and he still ended up making a 49-yard field goal from the right hash to the left side of the goalpost. He's good. And he's a lefty too.
I mean, left-footed, right?
Oh yeah, left foot kicker.
Yeah,
Let's
left-footed.
see who else. Honestly, that's really the only player besides MJ Devonshire who I can mention that returns for special teams, because MJ returns our kicks. I'm trying to think. Byron Floyd, our long snapper. Long snappers don't get any credit, so I'm giving him credit.
No, they
Um,
don't. Yeah, good job. Give him some credit. Yeah.
but other than that, our special teams outside of MJ Devonshire was just atrocious,
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. So what do you think about your punters? Who's going to be your punter this year?
Probably either the 5-star kicker we brought in or Caleb Junko.
Yeah, Caleb Junko. Yeah, he had 48.7 yards per punt. Or excuse me,
That's a
40
lot.
yeah, 48.7. That's that's really good. Looks like he's also whereas Sam Vander Haar only had
He's gone.
38.6. So yeah,
Yeah, he was the Australian punter who came over to try to play American football and absolutely failed.
yep.
I don't know where he went. I honestly don't.
Yep, that's right. Yep. Don't know, don't care. Yep. And
Yeah,
then
don't know,
Cam
don't care.
Guess. And then Cam Guess was even worse. He only had 35.5 yards per punt.
See, the thing is, he had the longest punt last year, if I'm not mistaken, was Guess. Was it? No.
No, I think that that was
Might have been
Junko because he
Junko.
kicked
Yeah.
because he kicked an 85 yarder. So
Oh, yeah, the Sun Bowl. That's right. I forget that they count bowl stats now, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't they not used to count bowl stats?
yeah, there he is. I see his game log right here. In that game, he had 3 punts for 64.7 yards and a long of 85. So
That's pretty good. 64-yard average.
yeah,
But yeah, outside of Junko and and our
Sauls.
kicker, yeah, Sauls. I really don't. I'm not. I'm more concerned about our special teams than I am about the offense and defense.
Really, why would you be more concerned about the special teams?
Well, because special teams was horrible, or coverage was horrible, tackling was horrible.
Right, but
Um,
kicking was good though.
yeah, kicking, it was good. I mean, I think we only had like 5 touchbacks last year, which I would have loved to have seen more. But that was his first year kicking as a full time starter. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then plus, look how many field goals he nailed for us and got us wins. So
Yes, now we can look at some some team stats here. So the offense scored 31.3 points per game. Uh, yep, and then 222.7 pass yards per game, and 182.9 run yards per game. Yeah, 7.4 yards per attempt passing, which is not very good. And then 4.6 yards per carry. So
yeah,
yeah,
our believe it or not, though, our run game from 2021 to 2022 improved because
yeah,
we didn't have a 1,000 yard rusher. We haven't had one since 2017 or 2018. So that actually improved.
right. Well, y'all
Significant.
had Kenny Pickett in 21. So
Yeah. I don't
yeah,
think we really needed to run the ball.
you don't really need to run the ball when you've got Kenny Pickett. So and the 405.6 total yards per game. So yeah. And then I found your it goes on ESPN. They don't show the team stats for the defense. So do have the NCAA website pulled up. Looks like y'all had the 51st best scoring defense with 24.3 points per game. So
Does it have total defense?
um yeah, it does. Yeah, hold on, let me find it. Here it is.
Because if I'm not
Total
mistaken, though, I'm
defense.
pretty sure Pitt led the entire nation in pick sixes last year.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know if
I
I
could
can
be wrong. I
find that
could
on
be
there.
wrong.
All right, right now I'm trying to find Pitt's total defense. So yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking for your total defense. I have to go to page 2. Oh, still not seeing them.
Sometimes it confuses me because I personally haven't seen it, but I've seen other people on Twitter saying Pitt had a top 25 defense last year, which to
Yeah,
me, I don't see that. I don't see
I
how
must have
he.
missed it.
Yeah, I don't. A couple of people. It's not a lot of people, but I've seen a couple of people say we had a
There it
top
is.
20 defense last year.
There it is. You were ranked 23rd in total defense with 390 329.9 yards per game. So
Well, I didn't even think we were in the top 25.
yeah, and then 5.15 yards per play. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't know if I can
Well,
find
we do
yards per play.
return almost all the defense that beat UCLA in the Sun Bowl. So they already have a leg up. You know what I mean? Getting ready for next season.
Yeah, let me see if I can find interceptions. Let's see. No, I don't see I see passes intercepted. I don't know what this thing. Oh, passes intercepted. Here it is. Uh, since you said you had a lot of pick sixes, here we go. Here's Pitt.
Yeah,
They
they had
had
5.
4 returned. So there was 14 interceptions and 4 were pick sixes.
That's
You had
pretty
other
good.
teams with 4. You had Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, uh, um, TCU, Iowa. So yeah, y'all were tied with the most with a few teams. So
Nice.
and then let's see. I guess I can see where y'all rank in total offense.
Oh, I don't want
Uh,
to see
yeah,
that.
you don't want to see that. Here it is. Well, it's not so bad, y'all. Y'all the 50th uh, best offense. So 405.8 per game, 5.78 per play. So
Yeah, that definitely needs to improve this season, and I think it will.
and then let's see to be able to find uh, scoring offense. See where y'all rank there. Here it is, tied for 44th with BYU, 31.3 points per game.
Yeah, that was way down from the year prior in 2021 when I think we had top 3.
Let's look at sacks. Wow, Louisville had the most sacks of 50, but y'all weren't too far behind with 48. So
And the thing is, even with whoever we lose, Vic, it doesn't matter who we lose. We all still Pitt still ends up being number 1, 2, or 3, and as far as sacks and or tackle for losses every year, at
yeah,
least
y'all were
for the
like
past 4 to 5.
yeah, y'all were like that in 21 too. Y'all had like over 50 sacks.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that should stay the same. And then uh okay, so how about we move on to the schedule now. You ready to do that?
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's attack that schedule. Here we go. Here we go. You start out with Wofford. Yeah, that should be an easy win. Yeah, Wofford should be
Yeah.
no problem, right? And then next up, you've got Cincinnati, and yeah, I know that they lost their coach. Luke Fickle went to Wisconsin, so they're probably not going to be as good. So I mean, I'll say that y'all will probably beat them too. So
Yeah. I agree. I think that'll be. I think we'll win that game. I'm not convinced it'll be by more than a touchdown, but I still think we'll end up winning that game.
and then you're at West Virginia next. Yeah, I think that West Virginia is going to be terrible again this year. So yeah, I think they're down bad. So I think y'all are gonna beat them again. So
Well, and it is a rivalry, so anything can happen and will happen. Um, and my heart wants to lean towards West Virginia only because it's in Morgantown, but my brain is telling me look at everything that West Virginia is going through right now with both their football and basketball program being a big distraction. Um, so if I had to pick right now,
yes,
based
right
on
now.
everything,
Yes.
I would I would go with Pitt, even though I think West Virginia will win it. I'm going with Pitt just based off of pure talent.
Yep, pure talent. Yeah, so that's 3-0. The next y'all have North Carolina. Yeah, and I think this is where y'all take your first L. So as North Carolina with what's his name, Drake May, are supposed to be
Yeah,
pretty good, at least offensively. Their defense is not much, but
well, their offense isn't going to be much either. They lost both their receivers and both their running backs.
okay.
So we
So
could
you,
end up beating them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what do you think if you had to pick right now, though?
Right now, I'm picking us to lose.
Oh, okay, okay then. All right, and then next year at Virginia Tech, yeah, I think they're not any good. I think you should beat
Yeah,
them. It probably won't be close, but
yeah, it'll be close, but we will. I think we will beat Virginia Tech. So,
all right.
I mean, they gave us a
Mhm.
fight last year. Don't get me wrong. They actually were winning 17-7 for a while. Um, but then we just shut them down. And they do return Grant Wells, their quarterback from last year. And if I'm not mistaken, they returned a good bit of their production from last year as well. So, to me personally, this game could go either way, but I still see us winning it by 10.
Yep, by 10. All right, Pitt by 10. And then you got your bye week. The schedule does only get tougher after your bye week. So next up, you get Louisville at home on homecoming.
Louisville at home.
Mhm.
Since Louisville doesn't have Malik Cunningham, I have us soundly winning that game.
Um, Soundly.
Me, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'll go ahead and pick y'all to beat them too. Yeah, since they don't have Malik Cunningham. Plus, I think on the ACC show, I think I had y'all beating Louisville. So I guess I need to stay consistent there. But and then up next, you are at Wake Forest. I know that Wake Forest lost Sam Hartman, but it is on the road though, and usually Wake Forest has a pretty good offense. So
they do. I am a
yeah,
little worried about that game. Not because I think we're going to lose. Uh, there's still a decent amount of players left on Wake Forest's roster who played in the ACC championship game when we beat them. So it may be a revenge match type of thing. Wake Forest, I still think Wake Forest is going to throw everything that they have at Pitt. But I think how far this game is in the season, and anything could go right or wrong for whatever team. Um, this one may come down to the wire.
okay. So which one? So are you leaning Pitt here?
Yeah, I'm leaning Pitt.
All right, yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to take Wake Forest. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, and then up next, you're at Notre Dame, and yeah, I think this is going to
That's a
be
loss.
a giant L. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a loss.
yep, giant L. And then I do think that Notre Dame is going to be better than they were last year. I mean, I think that they're not going to lose to teams like Marshall or Stanford this year. So
I, that was an embarrassing loss for Notre Dame. And I mean, I thought us losing to Georgia Tech was bad.
yeah. And then up next, you've also got Florida State. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good this year. So this is probably another loss. So,
I actually have that as a win,
oh,
and
okay.
here's the reason why. The following week, I have the Pitt game for Florida State as a trap game, and the reason why is
It's
because
a
the
trap.
following week Florida plays Miami.
Right. You mean Florida State plays
Yeah,
Miami.
Florida State plays Miami.
Yeah.
So I actually think Florida State will be more concerned about Miami and beating Miami because they have a big rivalry. Florida, Miami, Florida, Florida State. Those three teams have a rivalry with each other, and I've seen Florida State do this in the past, exactly like last year. They lost to Wake Forest before they
Past.
played Miami.
In the past. Yep.
So, and plus, we've beaten Jordan Travis before. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. You just got to shut him down. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not that hard. Let's see. So we've played 9 games now. So looks like now I have them with I lost that. Let's see, North Carolina, Wake Forest, Notre Dame, and a Florida State. Right, and so far you just have them losing to North Carolina, Notre Dame. Right.
Well, I have them beating North Carolina. Wait, did I say I have them beating North
No, no,
Carolina?
no. Yeah, yeah. You said you had North Carolina as a loss.
Yeah, so, yeah, North Carolina, that's an L,
And
and,
Notre
and
Dame.
only because of Drake May. Notre Dame is an L, so that's 2 losses.
Yeah,
Florida State is a dub. And
yeah.
who's that right under us? Because I can't see the screen.
Who owes that? That's Syracuse.
And then we finish off the
Yeah,
season
and
against
then
Boston College.
Boston College and at Duke. Yeah.
So Syracuse is definitely a win. They lost everybody from last year. The same
Yeah.
with Boston College. That's a win. They lost. And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a team return as little production as Boston College. I think they returned 5 starters total.
Yeah, and they were already bad last year, so
Yeah, and they were already bad. So that's definitely a dub. And to
yep.
be honest, I have us losing to Duke.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do too. Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I have us losing to Duke only if we do beat
Only.
Florida State. If we don't, then I don't think we will lose to Duke. But I just think if Pitt puts all their eggs in one basket against Florida State, which they have before, then those other teams under Florida State, they're going to be looking, okay, we're hungry too. We want to have glory and all that stuff. I mean, because Duke hasn't been known for football ever.
Duke. Yep.
So, and Duke was good last year, in my opinion.
They were. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and Riley Leonard is a very good quarterback, and I mean an extremely good quarterback. Uh, so I think that may be the game that we lose that we're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So 9-3 is what I have them at.
Right. Right. Well, I don't know about I'm not supposed to. I don't think losing to Duke would be that embarrassing because they were good last year, like you said.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but
okay.
they've beaten us once since we've been in the ACC in football. So I think that's a game we should win every year, just like the Georgia Tech game last year. That's a game we should never lose.
Right. Yeah. So, anyways, looks like I think you have them at 9-3 with losses to North Carolina, uh, at Notre Dame, and at Duke. So I think that puts you at 9-3. And then for
Yeah,
me, I think that's 7-5 losses to North Carolina, Wake Forest, Notre Dame, Florida State, and Duke. So
yeah. I mean, if 7-5 is possible, I personally don't see any more than 4. And I only say 4 because I usually, what I do before I do my prediction videos, which I haven't gotten around to yet, um, I usually pick a game in that whole roster that has to be a 50-50 game. It could go either way. And this year, it's the West Virginia game. I think even though they are bad because it's a rivalry game, that can go 50-50. Every other game, I'm either picking them to win or to lose. West Virginia, I'm still not 100% sure on, but right now, I think we'll win.
Okay. All right. So I guess there you have it, guys. So there you go. So for me, my prediction is 7-5, and Talkus Pitt has 9-3. So anyway, y'all. So I appreciate y'all watching. Oh yeah, yeah, and make sure y'all subscribe to Talkus Pitt. So
Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You could also find me on Twitter at Talk is Pit. I have two different Twitter accounts, so you'll know. Trust me, you'll know which one's current and which one's not. The other one's just my backup.
yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Talk is Pit, and yeah, or you can find me anywhere that has to do with ACC football.
Yes, anyway, guys, yes, so yeah, Talkus Pit, I appreciate you coming on here with me. And
No
yeah,
problem.
thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.